And joining us now here on Locked On Auburn, Auburn guard Zep Jasper. Zep, that was a tough one on the road. It's hard to win in Gainesville. What's kind of the mood of the team after Saturday's kind of close loss?
The mood for the team, we was kind of devastated that we lost. We knew we didn't play our best. We had a lot of turnovers, a lot of things we didn't execute out there. We just looked a little sloppy, and we kind of knew, after we lost that game, how bad we played, and we still had a chance to win the game. That was the biggest thing. Watching film and just reminiscing on how we played, and we don't hold our heads down. We hold our head high. It's just one loss. It's not the end of our season. As you see a lot of people saying this, saying that. But, in reality, we are the players. We are the players who put our shoes on, put our jerseys on, and go out there and play our hardest for our family, the community, and everyone else. And, we're satisfied that we lost. We should have lost. We played bad. We didn't play at the level we were supposed to play at. Hats off to Florida, for getting the win and, just, playing as hard as they could. Every game is going to be tough for us. We got a target on that back that, each team is going to beat us. And, when they beat us, it's going to be a celebration. So, I kind of put that loss on us. And, for the fans out there, don't get down. Stay up because, it's just one loss. We got a lot of room to climb. We got a lot more basketball to play. It's just one game. So don't let this one game get to your head. Don't let this game say we ain't this, we ain't that. We're still Auburn. We're still who we are. These type of games makes us even stronger. I look at the Baylor team from last year. You look at it. How many games they lost? They lost 3-4 games. Why can't we be that same team? Even at the loss, like I say, I don't like negative comments. Keep positivity because when we winning, it's all positive. But if we lose one game, it ain't positive. So I just want people, keep the same energy, keep it flowing, keep it flowing. We love positive energy, no negative energy. So, I always think it's good, to get one loss out the way and, kind of reminisce on, things because you never know. We might see him again. We're looking forward to seeing him again.
Yeah, I think there's a chance you see Florida and Arkansas again. I think it's a very real opportunity. I know you guys would love the opportunity to play both those teams again. Zep, you mentioned last year's Baylor team who ultimately went on to win a championship. I think there's a lot of similarities between you guys and that team a year ago. Physical, very, very good on defense. Almost love playing defense, from 1 to 5 on that side of the court.
Yep.
Do you agree with that? Do you think that's a fair assessment there?
No doubt. I always, when the season kept going by and by, I looked at one team and, the only team I could see us being just like it was Baylor team from last year.
Yeah.
From defense to offense, we just got a lot of depth. And, they lost games last year. A lot of people didn't think they was going to lose games, but it happens. It happens to the best of us. And, you're not going to go in college basketball and just be undefeated. You'll love to be undefeated, but, losses are lessons. Losses are sometimes a wins because they makes you get in a mode that you can't be stopped at a point in time. It makes you get in a mode where you have to get back on track. That's why I say sometimes losses are wins. And this loss was a win for us because it makes us stronger. It makes us wiser. And, going into, almost the SEC tourney, even though we won the regular season championship. But like I always say on here, we want one thing, and that one thing is to win a national championship.
Is winning an SEC championship at all something that's talked about? I mean, you guys are essentially what I think if you win 3 games, and one of those games is Tennessee on Saturday, you guys secure at least a share of the SEC regular season championship. Is that something that's discussed, or at this point it's just one game at a time and, it'll happen if it happens?
Well, it's really one game at a time, but to be truthful, we're trying to make history. We're not settling for nothing. We want to win it all. We want to win the SEC tourney, SEC championship. We want to win the national championship. We want to make history.
Yeah.
We want to make it happen. So it's kind of taking one game at a time, but we also have to know we don't want to share SEC regular season championship with no Kentucky, no Tennessee. Well, Auburn. We don't care about Kentucky. We don't care about Tennessee. We just want one. We want a goal to ourselves. We want a championship to ourselves, a regular season championship. We want to put the hats on ourselves. I don't want to see Kentucky with a hat on and us with a hat on. We are selfish. We want it to be all Auburn because Auburn is it's still not respected the way we're supposed to be respected. So I want to win. I want us to win it by ourselves.
Zep, do you think it's weird that you can share regular season championships in college basketball? That's always been odd to me. A few years ago, when Auburn won the SEC, they shared it with Tennessee, but they beat Tennessee earlier in the season, but they still had to share it even though they had the same record. That's odd to me. You don't see that at many levels of competition. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's very odd because I feel like, if that team beat the other team and they the regular season champions, I feel like the team that beat, the team, I feel like they should win it. I really don't like the share trophies. Like I said, I'm a selfish man. It's us. It's us or no one. Auburn or no one.
Yeah.
And that's what we are focusing on. Auburn versus everybody. Auburn versus the world, Our back against the wall right now. So we know everybody's gonna come with it. Everybody's gonna play hard. It's just about us focusing and locking in and keying in, and try, like I say, the first thing is the regular season champions. That's what we want right now.
Right. Zep, you guys play Ole Miss on Wednesday in Auburn Arena. You guys beat them in Oxford. First half was a little shaky, if I remember correctly. Then you guys kind of put it on them in the second half. You could tell you got comfortable. How are you guys prepping for this team?
Well, we was off yesterday. We're gonna go in, watch a lot of film.
Yeah.
Focus very hard, after a loss. Like I say, and just focus on their key players and the key things they do and the offense they run, and just try to succeed this game and just try to get the energy back in Auburn Arena and just play as hard as we can because we got 2 more games left in Auburn Arena. So, just give it our all. 2 more games in this arena. If some players might not come back, might not get a chance to play in Auburn Arena never in their life again. So, it's just gonna be a blessing to be able to play with those guys and, just be grateful. Just be grateful for it because, like I say, they might never put an Auburn jersey on in Auburn Arena, never again.
Yeah, right. And I think that means more now to basketball players than it ever has, just because of the culture that you guys have been able to build up. Saturday, you guys go to Knoxville to take on Tennessee, an incredibly massive game for both programs on Saturday. Obviously, the Bruce Pearl storyline there kind of speaks for itself, and you've talked very highly, how much you respect and love playing for Coach Pearl. It seems like everybody on the roster feels that way. This one has to mean a little bit more to him. You'd have to think.
Oh yeah, it's gonna mean a lot more to him. That's my coach, and it's gonna mean a lot to me too, because like I say, that's my CEO, that's my boss, and excuse the language, I'd be damned if I let my coach lose to Tennessee.
Yeah,
that's what he got fired at. So it put a little fuel to me, just to play hard for him, just to be able to get that win, because I know how hard our coach worked. I know what he put in. I know what he put into this game. It's been times he don't want to leave the gym because he wants us to win so much. He want to win as much as we do, more than he just loved the game.
Yeah.
He want to win. He want a championship. So, Tennessee game is, special to him, special to me. And it's just going to be a big game. And, we just got to come out, and get the win for our coach. It's more of a game, we don't care how we get it. We just got to win. Like,
right.
My coach lost his job in Tennessee. And, I'm blessed he's here with us now. But, I don't like things like that because, he's a great coach. You see what he's doing now, and you fire him. So I'm going to go out there, play hard for my coach, my boss, my CEO, and, my teammates too.
Zep, one last basketball question, and I'll let you go. I know you're busy. So it seems like it's all or nothing with officiating this year when watching you guys. I mean, it seems like everyone is fine and no one's in foul trouble, or like the whole team is in foul trouble. Like everybody has 3 fouls at the half. What goes into that? I mean, obviously there's an element of having to adjust to the game And, every officiating crew is different. The game moves quickly and it's impossible to be, 100% objective and 100%, consistent throughout all of it. So, but what do you think that is? Because I mean, obviously the rotation was thrown off a little bit with several of you guys being in foul trouble fairly early in the contest on Saturday. How do you deal with that? How do you prepare with that?
It's crazy because we're going to the games. We really don't think about like the reffing and stuff like that. But like it's some games where some calls just ain't fair, and we never make excuses here. We Auburn. We know the target gonna be on our back, and it's just like some calls like Saturday game. I know 2 calls on me. I ain't even touched the guy. I blocked the guy's shot.
One was crazy. One was just like, what are you looking at?
I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm one of the nicest guys on the court. Like, and it's like, man, gave me a foul on that. Like, what can I do? It's like I ain't do nothing to nobody. I just want to win the game, and you call a foul on me like that. But I think it's interesting, that the refs, be targeting us just maybe because we are, maybe because we so high ranked or whatever the case may be. But it's just crazy. Last 3 games, we've been in foul trouble, and it's like the whole season, this never really happened. So I just think I don't know what it is, but I think it should be changed. I think it should be looked at because it just stuff ain't right. That ain't right for us.
Yeah, I mean, throughout the whole season, you have done an incredible job of playing aggressive defense while not drawing any fouls. I mean, that's pretty incredible what you've been able to do. And then you're doing the exact same thing, and then nothing. Then they're starting to call a little bit more, which is ridiculous. You and Kessler seem to be the folks that have been singled out over the last few weeks.
No doubt. Me and Walker, we're the best 2 defenders on this team, and it's like we get foul after foul, and it's just like, how come us? Like I said, we're one of the 2 nicest players like in the nation.
Sure.
In the nation, we don't say nothing to nobody on the court. We just handle our business and just go. But for them to do us like that, it's not fair. I'd rather for it to be called a fair game. Like, we respect referees and who they are, people they are, and just it should be fair. It should be fair. I talk to refs all the time and just ask them how they doing and where they from, and just try to be nice as I can because I know it could be tough on them sometimes too.
It's a tough job. It's a tough job for sure, especially with the way basketball moves so quickly, and it's only going to get quicker as folks get more and more athletic. But I just wanted your thoughts on that. And one more thing, just real quick, because you mentioned when I asked you about the 3-point shooting slump last week, you mentioned the basketballs, and now there's been a lot of stories that have come out about how when you guys are playing with a Nike ball, opposed to a Wilson ball, which Wilson is what you guys use at home, and then in both the SEC and the NCAA tournaments, you guys score a lot less than what your average is with using Wilson basketballs. Would you say that is true, or is that just a happy coincidence?
I would say, we make no excuses as basketball players on the basketball court.
Sure. But is there a difference though?
No, it's
different. Can you feel a difference?
Way different textures of the basketballs. Like one more smooth out. Like the Wilson's more smooth out, where the Nike is a little bit more texture on the ball. Like, it's a little different, coming to the game, how to shoot the ball and, the touch. You got to have a great touch on what you're going to do with each basketball and stuff like that. So,
right.
A lot of them are different. It could be a key aspect on the pass shooting, but it just depends. Like we're used to Wilson balls for sure. We love the Wilson balls. Like everywhere we go, we'd rather have Wilson than Nike.
Yeah, right. And that's what you guys will play with once tournament play starts. So
no doubt.
That is good. It's weird that's not uniform across the conference, but I mean, it seems like you're putting your team at a disadvantage if you're not using that, but whatever. That's fine. Zep, thank you so much for your time. Really, really appreciate it. And we'll talk again soon.